When you're shipping lithium batteries, well, when you're shipping any type of hazardous material, I always jump back to the three C's. Classification. So what is it that you're shipping? Does it have any hazards? Next is containment. If it is hazardous, what type of container or packaging does it need to go in to contain those hazards? And then the last one is communication. So when you see that word communication, that includes labels on the package, marks on the package, documentation, and in some cases, placarding. So from the labeling side, for lithium batteries, generally speaking, there's kind of two buckets that they go into. There's the first bucket is what we call small lithium batteries. So small lithium batteries, without getting too technical, it's best you think of them as the types of lithium batteries that power consumer electronic devices. So the battery in your laptop, battery in your cell phone, the battery in my ear right now as part of this AirPod, those are all considered small. It's all based on energy content. So those are considered small. So typically when you're shipping small lithium batteries and devices that are powered by small lithium batteries, you need to have a label on the box. It's called the lithium battery mark. I think maybe now they call it just the battery mark, but you've probably seen it if you work in this industry, or if you order a package from Amazon with I don't know, a shaver or a cell phone or something like that, you've probably seen the battery mark before. So the battery mark for small consumer electronic devices, it is a square. It's kind of got a red border around all of it, and then there's an image in the middle of it of a bunch of batteries, one of them on fire, and then a UN number in the middle. So that's considered universally kind of the small battery mark, and that indicates that the battery inside of that package is one that would be of the size to power consumer electronic devices. The other bucket is high energy batteries. So these are batteries that, just going off the energy content, they have more energy. They're bigger batteries than something that would be small. So at least for now, and this is likely to change, but at least for now, the regulators kind of came up with these two buckets, right? The small and the high energy, with the thought process being that the batteries with more energy, if they fail, if they go to thermal runaway, because they have more energy, they're going to produce more fire, more flame, more projectile, more off gas. That's not actually necessarily always the truth, but that stuff's all being worked out down the road. At least for now, regulators are saying, okay, if you have a bigger battery, something that's going to power a drone or an e-bike or an electric vehicle, it has a lot more energy in it, and so it is more difficult, or you have more hoops to jump through in terms of shipping those. So those typically require extra packaging, and they actually require a different type of label. So for large format batteries, they do not ever need to have the lithium battery mark that I described earlier. So if I'm shipping an electric vehicle pack, do not put the red border lithium battery mark on that package. That's not the application for it. Instead, what you use is what we call the Class 9 lithium battery label. So the Class 9 lithium battery label, it's kind of a diamond with I think 7 vertical stripes on the top half of it, and the bottom half is that same battery pictogram that I mentioned earlier, with a handful of batteries, one of them on fire. And then in addition to that, you need to have the UN number, proper shipping name of what you're shipping. So if I'm shipping an EV pack, what I would have, at least for ground transport, is I would have your Class 9 diamond on the package, and then just off to the side of that, there's a mark that reads UN 3480 Lithium-Ion batteries. So that is sort of the controlled, regulated UN number and proper shipping name for an EV pack. So when you're talking about labeling, there's a difference in terms of whether you're shipping a small battery that would power a consumer electronic device, or a bigger battery that might power an e-bike or a electric vehicle.